Welcome to the oratory of St. Catherine of Siena and a series of talks on Christians in the times of crisis. Today I want to speak to you about one of the greatest minds and hearts in the history of our faith, St. Augustine of Hippo. He lived in a time of great turmoil, a time when the world around him seemed to be falling apart. And yet, through his deep faith and unceasing prayer, he remains steadfast, showing us what it means to trust in God, even when all seems lost. St. Augustine lived during the late 4th and early 5th centuries, a period of profound upheaval. The Roman Empire, once mighty and unshakable, was crumbling under external invasions and internal corruption. In 410 AD, Rome itself was sacked by the Visigoths, a shock that sent ripples of fear and uncertainty throughout the Christian world. The very fabric of society was unraveling. People questioned whether God had abandoned them. Pagans accused Christians of bringing misfortune on the empire, while even believers struggled to understand why such suffering was permitted by God. In North Africa, where Augustine served as Bishop of Hippo, there were social and economic crises, conflicts between different Christian sects, and the looming threat of barbarian invasions. Despite living in such troubled times, Augustine did not succumb to despair. Instead, he turned to prayer and reflection, seeking to understand God's providence throughout chaos. His famous work, The City of God, was written as a response to the crisis, helping Christians understand that while earthly kingdoms rise and fall, the city of God, God's eternal kingdom, remains unshaken. Augustine taught that true security was not found in earthly power, but in faith in God. He reminded the faithful that suffering and turmoil are not signs of divine abandonment, but opportunities to deepen one's trust in the Lord. He consistently encouraged prayer, not as a passive retreat from the world, but as a way to remain steadfast and active in one's faith. Beyond prayer, Augustine led his flock with wisdom and charity. He was not merely a thinker. He was a shepherd who cared deeply for his people. Even as the Vandals threatened his city, he continued to teach, write, and encourage those under his care. His trust in God did not mean inaction. He worked tirelessly to address the divisions within the church, calling for unity and love among believers. He sought justice and truth, speaking out against the heresies and errors of his time. His faith empowered him to act, knowing that the ultimate victory belonged to God. We too live in times of uncertainty and crisis. Wars, economic instability, divisions within society, and even within the church. These challenges can make us feel as though the world is unraveling. But St. Augustine teaches us that in every crisis, our response must be the same: deepened faith, fervent prayer, and courageous action. Like Augustine, we must remember that our ultimate home is not here, but in the eternal city of God. This does not mean we turn our backs on the world. Rather, it means we live in it with hope, witnessing to God's love and truth. we are called to pray, not just for peace in our hearts, but also for the strength to be instruments of peace in the world. St. Augustine's life reminds us that no matter how dark the times may seem, God is still at work. Our job is to trust in him, to remain faithful, and to act with love and wisdom. May we follow Augustine's example and face every crisis with faith, prayer, and action. Amen. And may God bless you.